Hey everyone, Corey, the Bald Tech Coach here, software architect and technology career coach. I just wanted to give you a look under the hood today of how I actually do my resume reviews. There's been a lot of questions and there's a lot of people doing reviews now and they're basically just pasting your resume into ChatGPT and giving you the results. And so I want you to be confident that what you're getting from me is actually something valuable that's been thoughtfully planned out and is actually something that works. And so let me walk you through quickly a little bit of the architecture, how my system works, how I'm able to do it so quickly, and hopefully you'll feel a lot more confident after watching this video. So I'm going to make my video a little bit smaller so we can kind of talk about this diagram. And I'll go quickly and try to stay out of the weeds. The main thing I want you to notice is, this isn't a resume that's pasted into ChatGPT. Every field I go through in your resume, every field of your LinkedIn, I go through and I add my own personal notes, I add my own personal thoughts, I add recommendation or changes, and I'm able to actually store that. And so the first thing I want you to take away is I'm actually reviewing these, I'm adding my thoughts, I'm adding my notes, I'm adding my brain, my 15 years in tech, and also my experience as a tech career coach. So that's the first thing. I have built a system, and my system does use LLMs. Okay, I think it would be ridiculous not to utilize LLMs when they are really powerful when used the right way, and so my system does utilize various LLMs to come up with the final version of your resume. And so let's take it from left to right here, and we'll start with the resume review. What you do when you start is you actually submit your resume, you submit your LinkedIn URL, and you submit a ideal job description. And so those are the three artifacts that you submit to me when you purchase my resume and LinkedIn review. And what I do is I have a system that'll go out and take that resume and it'll parse it. So the first thing it does is it parses it and it pulls out those relevant pieces of the resume. So it'll pull out your summary, it'll pull out your experiences, it'll pull out your education. And those all get stored really nicely on my side in my system. And I'm able to view those really seamlessly. And so I actually have an intake process that goes through and we'll be able to pull that structured context, your headline, your summary, your experience, and allow me to add notes to it. And so that's part of my intake process is I take all that information and I go through one by one. I have your resume pulled up, your LinkedIn pulled up, and I go through and I'm adding notes to all those fields. Okay. The cool part is I have captured all of the things that I've seen over the last 2 years doing these resume reviews in various prompts. I have 95 plus prompts that I use, and I have a full LLM orchestration layer that's going to orchestrate the review of all these various fields using the prompts that I've written. And so these aren't just canned prompts that I got off the internet. These are prompts that I continuously update with new findings, new things that I see, new things that are relevant for how to modify a resume and have it tell the best, most concise story. And so not only are these prompts written from my experience and chained together in a way that is unique, they also pull in my notes about the various fields. And so when I pass all the context into a prompt, the resume data, the LinkedIn data, I'm also passing in those fields with the notes that I've made on them. And my prompts always say, hey, take these notes into consideration as first priority. And anything that you see in those notes, make sure to surface that up. And so that's how my brain actually gets pulled into every single review. Not only is it baked into the prompts, and so you get all the things that I've seen over 2 years, and you're also getting unique feedback that is specific to your situation and your job and your LinkedIn. And so it's a really unique solution. It's a really powerful solution because I can actually do these pretty quickly. The only bottleneck is how long it takes me to go through and actually do the review. But my intake process is really streamlined and really fast. And so what you're getting here is not just me pasting your resume into ChatGPT. You're getting a full brain dump of all of my experiences, everything captured. And what makes this really powerful for you is maybe one day I'm just a little bit off. Maybe my memory's a little foggy. I have 2 children. That's very possible. Maybe my mind is a little foggy and I'm not thinking as clearly as I would on another day. Well, that's not going to necessarily affect the results for you because I've captured my best thinking and the things that I've noticed in those prompts. And so I'll still do the review, obviously, but the majority of the things that will come through that are helpful are already captured and repeatable and automatable and scalable. And so what you end up with after we run through my LLM orchestration engine here is your resume actually rewritten. And so you get a rewritten resume with my review and my input on the changes that need to happen. And so in the beginning, I was just offering a nice long list of the things that you should change. And then I thought, well, Corey, just go ahead and change it for them. Make the changes, put it into a nice ATS friendly format, and deliver that to your clients. Make them very happy. Take all that extra work out. And so that's what I do. You'll get the actual resume in a format that you can use. You can make modifications to it, and then you can submit it. This will put you ahead of a lot of people that are just taking their resumes and placing ChatGPT and getting results that aren't even true a lot of times. And I'm really excited for you to try it out. And so this is the top layer with the resume. The LinkedIn works the exact same way. I actually have to go through, it's a manual process. I go through and I pull all of your LinkedIn data and I store that structured. And I run it through the same type of process. I have my LinkedIn prompts that are relevant to LinkedIn, what makes sense. Run that through the LLM orchestration engine, and I have it actually print out in a really nice view that looks really similar to LinkedIn, so that you can see it, the exact changes. And not only do I give you the changes, I give you the thought process behind those changes. So you'll actually see little bubbles that come up that tell you why this change was made. And that's your way of seeing into the system, seeing into that prompt system, seeing into my thought process, so that you can see, this is what he was thinking when he made those changes. So like I said, super powerful system. I'm very proud of it. It's really unique because not only do you get my experience as a backend architect and someone who's worked in tech for 15 years, you also get my experience working with resumes, and you also get a system that's been built out by an architect. So super helpful for you, really unique for you, and I hope you'll give it a shot. Thanks for letting me take this deep dive with you. Looking forward to taking a look at your resume. Bye.